According to a report from Politico this week, Donald Trump has in fact discussed the possibility of pardoning his children, Rudy Giuliani, and a whole cast of characters from his administration. But there's a reason he has not yet followed through on any of these alleged plans. And that is because, according to this report, Trump is afraid that if he goes on this massive pardoning spree for everybody he's ever met, then it's going to essentially be a tacit admission of guilt. And he thinks it could potentially, and I think he's being advised, that it could potentially harm any 2024 presidential campaign he may decide to launch. Now, here's the thing about that. I disagree. And the reason for that is because, I don't know if anybody remembers this, but actually earlier this year, there was this whole impeachment thing. Donald Trump was impeached. Donald Trump still got 74 million votes in the general election just a few months later. And that's even after his mishandling of the entire pandemic. Do you see what I'm getting at here? His base doesn't care. Republicans don't care because not everybody that voted for him is his base. There are plenty of non-MAGA hat wearers in that 74 million. In fact, I'm willing to bet most of them aren't people that own any kind of Trump memorabilia whatsoever. They didn't care that he was impeached. They didn't care that we had 250,000 people dead. They just wanted a Republican in office. And I think that is exactly what would happen if he issued these pardons. And I'm not trying to say that he should issue these pardons. I do not want him to. But I also understand that for most of these individuals who would be receiving pardons, it's not going to matter. Like with himself and his kids. The real troubles they're facing are not federal crimes. They're state crimes up in New York that are being investigated by New York Attorney General Letitia James. And she's doing a phenomenal job of it. And they can expect probably a lot of subpoenas, a lot of depositions, and a lot of document demands as soon as they step out of office. They cannot pardon themselves from those. They can only be pardoned from federal crimes. Now, Rudy Giuliani would most likely benefit from this kind of pardon, sure. The rest of the family, nah. It's not going to matter. It is what it is, and they're going to have to suck it up and deal with it because they cannot get out of it. And again, as for the base, I think most of this country has already decided whether or not Trump is guilty. Most of them don't want to see any more evidence. They're done. They made up their mind. Either he and his family are guilty of the bank fraud, tax evasion, all of that, or they're completely innocent and this whole thing has been a witch hunt. So even if he did issue these blanket pardons, which is what they would be, pardoning anybody for a crime during a specific period of time without naming a specific crime, people will either think, good, it's going to prevent the witch hunts, or, oh no, he got away with it. And if he doesn't issue the pardons, people are still going to think he either didn't do it or he did do all of it. This isn't going to hurt any future presidential chances he has. Certainly not with the Republican base. In fact, I think the only way it could hurt him in a potential 2024 run is with other Republicans during a primary. I think they may jump on this information and try to paint him as some kind of guy who got away with it. But even then, that's a little iffy because the man's a master of spin. And he could very easily just come out and say, hey, I did it because I knew the Democrats were going to launch a bunch of witch hunts. And they could dig up all kinds of stupid things that aren't really crimes, but they would consider them crimes. And so I was just covering my bases. I'm trying to protect my kids. You'd do the same thing. And like that, the issue would be dead. There's nothing we can do if Trump decides to issue pardons. There really is nothing we can do. This whole week has been nothing but think pieces. Can he? Can he not? Can he pardon himself? What do legal scholars? It doesn't matter. If he does it, he does it. There's nothing we can do. And honestly, it wouldn't even matter that much because, again, the big investigations are not for federal crimes and he can't pardon his way out of those.